You want your home to be an inviting place, especially during the holidays, but you may be unknowingly putting out the welcome mat for some horrible guests. As temps drop, rodents, bugs, and wildlife will be looking for food and a warm place to stay. It's estimated 21 million American homes will be affected. Dr. Ron Harrison is an entomologist and director of technical services at Orkin. Good morning, Dr. Harrison.
Good morning, Mary.
So what are we doing to entice these unwanted moochers?
Well, there's a couple things that we're doing. First of all, we make the outside of our house appetizing to them. What I mean by that is sometimes we'll leave garbage cans open, we'll leave pet bowls outside when our pet hasn't eaten it. Even the way we paint the outside of our house may be an attractant. So really analyzing and having a pest control professional help us determine what is the attractant to make sure that the next step isn't actually coming in the house.
So which color house? Do you know which color attracts the most rodents or wildlife?
We do. Yeah, excuse me, we do. Kind of light colored homes like yellow, light blue, tan, all of those are particularly for the insects. The ladybug beetles, the box elder bugs, that's what's going to pull them in. Now rats are a little bit different. They're looking more for a warm type situation, so as they run around the outside and they feel warmth, that's going to trigger them to come in. And it's interesting, a small gap, the size of a dime, I've got kind of a picture here, but if they can get their little head through that, they'll nod a little bit bigger and slip right in. So making sure that there aren't any penetrations like around utility areas, underneath doors and windows. Gutters can be a problem where pests can harbor, or even just shrubs and trees. They'll use that as a highway to be able to get inside.
Why are they dangerous, right? The health hazards we know, but this could also be a fire hazard situation, can't it?
It certainly can. And as I mentioned, those mice and rats have, well, they're rodents. And what that means in Latin is their teeth gnaw, and they continue to grow. So outside, they're gnawing on roots and stems and things of that sort. Well, when they come inside, because of their bad eyesight, they're going to gnaw on wires, communication devices, and if it has to be electrical wire, that's going to cause a fire.
You've got a list of the rattiest cities in America. Is Omaha near the top? I'm hoping it isn't for natural reasons. But who took the top prize?
Well, Chicago took the top prize, but what's important to remember is the Midwest area of the United States is a serious rodent area. And I have been to Omaha many times dealing with rat issues. The rat that we deal with there is usually a Norway rat. But what we find out on a list, Chicago, LA, Washington, New York, San Francisco, so it's on every area of the country. Usually on the coastal areas we're dealing more with roof rats, but on the center area like Omaha, it's usually Norway rats. And then house mice are scattered throughout. So these, and it's interesting, these are what we call commensal rodents, meaning they live with man, and they're also non-native to this country, so they've really learned to take a niche of associating with man, whether it's Omaha or LA or Chicago.
What can we do? Inside, outside, and listen, I'm not going to repaint the house. So what else could I do here, Dr. Harrison, to protect myself and my family?
So first of all, make sure there's nothing attractive. So the color is usually more for insects, but do that inspection. Go around and look around your pipes that are coming in or out of your house. Go up and look around the gutter areas. Are there any penetration points? That would be first. Second of all, not anything that would attract them. You know, that pet food, even we've noticed that sometimes people have their dogs run freely out in the yard, and their feces is an attraction. So those are things to pay. Now the second thing is don't bring them in. There's stored product pests that you might be in your pantry. Make sure and store things in plastic containers rather than just leave it open. And also this time of year in Omaha is I just wrote an article for a paper in Omaha about bed bugs. They're a serious problem there, and they don't crawl from the outside. They're brought in purses and suitcases and furniture. So make sure and inspect regularly, and have your Orkin guy help you do that inspection so one or two that's brought in doesn't become a major infestation.
Boy, I wish I could say I was glad we talked today, but you've given us some stuff to chew on. I didn't know that our bed bug problem was significant here, but I guess admitting you've got a problem is the first step. Dr. Harrison, we appreciate you joining us today. Thanks for the time.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike?